My name is Constantinide. I'm a barrister, international human rights lawyer, and this video will be about what is a pre-sentence report. Now, whether you have pleaded guilty, or if you're watching this proceedings, is whether the defendant has pleaded guilty to the offence, or whether the defendant, or if you've been found guilty after trial, then most likely, if you're the magistrate's court or even at the Crown Court, the judge will be requesting, or if you the defence counsel itself, which means the lawyer of the defendant, I'm saying we because I'm a defence counsel, I'll be requesting for a pre-sentence report. Now, a pre-sentence report, it's a report that it is prepared before the sentencing. Now, if you do have any questions about the sentencing, I've actually made a whole video about it, so go and check that out. But it's essentially for the court to decide about what sentence the defendant should receive. Now, there is no specified format about it, so it will be for the probation to decide about the length of it and the format of the pre-sentence report, and that's why the defence counsel should be liaising with the probation to make sure that everything is in place, if the interview has taken place, if they're taking a number of factors into account, such as, for example, any mitigating factors. Of course, if there are aggravating factors, there is the duty towards the court to make sure that everything, if you're aware of it, that the probation is aware of it as well. And the probation will interview the defendant, and they will prepare a report. Normally they will state the facts, then a bit about the defendant, the person before the court, that the court is dealing with, and then there's going to be a risk assessment. So whether this person has a low chance of reoffending, medium, or is a high risk. So that's going to be for the probation to decide that. Now, a pre-sentence report, it is vital because the judge will take that on board, and they will take that into account, especially if we're talking about a community order or if we're talking about an alcohol treatment. So they would need to know a bit more about it, what they're suggesting. There could be a number of ways that you can tailor the community order, and that will be part of the suggestion. There's actually as well the relevant sections of the law for how many hours they should be doing community work and all that. So, you know, the defence counsel has to go through that and make sure that all that is in place. So the pre-sentence report, it is important because you want that to be on board. You want that professional, because they deal in, day out with people that they're committing offences, and they enable to extract from this all those factors. Sometimes it did happen to me that the judge found that a pre-sentence report was unnecessary, and they made up their own mind about the sentence if it's small minor offences. But most of the times, especially if you have a bench, which is the magistrates, so they're lay people, then they will be requesting they will be finding in your favour, let's put it that way, for a pre-sentence report. So that's about the pre-sentence report. Now, a pre-sentence report, as I mentioned, for very small cases that the judge may find not necessary, but also it will not be requested in case that, for example, it's an offence for false ID or passport. If it's, for example, your third strike on burglary, and you know, the number of other things that actually a pre-sentence report will not be necessary, and it will not be requested either. So if we're talking about an immediate custodial sentence, again, a pre-sentence report, again, it's not going to be in place. So yes, so that's the pre-sentence report. If you do have any questions, any specific questions about the pre-sentence report, leave them in the comment section down below. Once again, this is not a legal advice. I'm only explaining very briefly about what a pre-sentence report is. I hope you found this helpful, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.